Every year, the United Negro College Fund helps thousands of students go to college. But for everyone we help, there's one we can't, not without the funds. Please support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Thank you and welcome back to the final segment of the show for today. We're talking to Dr. John Smith, the president of Fisk University. And of course, Dr. Smith, before we had our second commercial break, we were talking about historical black institutions of higher education. But let's give you an opportunity to talk about fundraising and some of the things that we sort of ended the last segment on involved in your office and some of the other activities that you are using now and some of the other resources that you're using to bring additional support to your institution.
Well, if you recall, I'm coming here from a state university, but even at state institutions now, we were and are being asked to raise dollars simply because the state has said in most states, we're only going to give you but so much, and if you need more for programs of excellence or what have you, you are free to go out and raise money. So prior to coming here, I'd started fundraising at my college, in the College of Fine Arts there, and I analyzed that about 35% of my time at that state university was in fundraising. I knew that when I came to Fisk, and Fisk was a private institution, and very much reliant upon fees and tuition and other funds, that I was going to have to spend a great deal fundraising. And indeed, I felt that I was going to spend about 50% of my time fundraising. Now, those sources for fundraising are many. We talked just before the commercial about funds from the public coffers, from grants and those kind of things. And I've been pursuing those both on the local level and state level, but also there are a lot of opportunities at the federal level with HUD grants, with NASA grants. As a matter of fact, Fisk has done extremely well with the NASA program. We have a tremendous research program at Fisk, large for a very small institution. It brings in approximately $5 million a year in federal grants for research in NASA-related programs. But we also go after grants in HUD, grants in transportation, Department of Transportation, etc. So we're looking for federal dollars. In addition to that, we get the usual financial aid that we have to work for, and hopefully to continue to get support from Congress for that. In addition to that, of course, I have to go out and raise the money, both locally and nationally, by asking friends and corporations to make contributions. Now, I was very fortunate about 2 months after being at Fisk, after visiting with a potential donor only twice, that this individual gave us $1 million to meet a challenge grant, here again from the federal government, from the Interior Department, for restoration of our historic buildings. So because of that, we're able to start now on the restoration of our administration building, our Corvette Hall. So this is going out to individuals. We have support now from some of the banks in the area that I know are going to support. They're speaking about supporting the institution as they're supporting other institutions. That's very important, a part of fundraising.
You know, I think one of the things that is generally an annual kind of thing around here is what they call the Negro fundraising, the United Negro College Fund. Let's talk about that, because I think Fisk is a part of that, and Fisk has received additional monies. Let's give you an opportunity over the last 2.5 minutes to talk about that organization.
Over the last, I believe, 5 or 6 years, Fisk has received close to about $6 million in funds through the United Negro College Fund. Part of that, we have fundraising initiatives here at in Nashville, and a part of it is a part of the national effort. For every 75 cents we raise, or every dollar we raise, actually, we receive 75 cents on that dollar. 25 cents goes to the national level, but we get some of that back in other ways as a part of a centralized cash flow. This has picked up enormously over the last years in terms of the fundraising initiative through UNCF. We have 55,000 students now in in HBCUs, and a tremendous need for financial resources, not only for scholarships for those students, but also make sure we have the technology and we have the faculty to provide the best of education for them. So United Negro College Fund is something that we all should support, because it's good for us, it's good for our students, our kids, and good for the future of African Americans.
And so you receive 75 cents out of every dollar that is raised here locally, and so the more money that is raised here, the more money will go to Fisk as a a United Negro College Fund recipient. Is that what we're saying?
That's correct, and as a whole, we get back more than we raise because of the central pool and the way it's distributed. So yes, we will keep 75 cents of every dollar and contribute and send 25 cents to the national pool, central pool. But then in the distribution of that huge central pool, we will get back much more than we give.
And so that is an annual affair, and and they're going to have that affair soon.
It's coming up soon. I don't know the exact date. Actually, for UNCF, it seems like it goes on year-round. But there's a period in time when there's a national effort to make sure everybody contributes to that.
Very good. And Dr. Smith, let me, over the last 40 seconds that we have, thank you for coming by and giving us that information about Fisk University. And in addition to allowing us to present you to our viewers, to give a profile on Dr. John Smith. I think that many people know of your name and they've seen different things about you in the newspaper and et cetera, but I think that this has given us an opportunity to see John Smith as the president of Fisk University, and I certainly want to thank you and to thank all of those who were associated with our efforts to try to present you to our viewers this morning.
And let me thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you coming by. And let us encourage our audience to, again, tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.